So Sealeo has been the biggest buff kinda of the season, climbing up over 100 points, entering the top 10 of the Great League, and today we're gonna try it out. We're going to have a very strong team here for you to copy as well. We're going to have a team here with Marowak, a Pokemon that you've known from basically the last 2 years of the GO Battle League. Ever since the Mudstep got buffed, this Pokemon has been absolutely dominating, and it's here the case as well. It fits perfectly together with the Sealeo here. Basically, Sealeo is going to be our closer for this team. Sealeo itself can be kind of weak to like those Steel as well as Fire type Pokemon, but Sealeo is going to be a good answer to Grass and Flying types kinda. I mean, the fast move got buffed here, which is going to help you out quite a bit. And this is actually only the only buff for this Pokemon. The fast move does a little bit more damage. That's the only change that they had for this Pokemon. It kind of made a lot of differences here. The first opponent already kind of rage quitted after just seeing the Sealeo, which is kind of funny. Yeah, we're going to have a team here from the opponent that is quite interesting because so far it's very similar. I wonder what they have in the back, if it's the same idea that I had. There's going to be a team towards... must say not. Let's see. Yeah, they have different Pokemon in the back. There's a team that I played already as well with the Blaziken. I want to hopefully reveal this very soon as well on the channel, so definitely stay tuned for that. Of course, if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to subscribe, as the first battle was quite a bit of an easier one. But it is what it is. I want to show you all the battles, and so we can move on now to the next opponent. So, generally, what do we have here? We have a setup of Fortress. We are running a Volt Switch Fortress, which is going to be better in energy generation, I think, and it's going to just generally be a cooler setup in terms of the coverage that you have. Here goes the third, for example. We were able to outspeed them, get to the attack drop towards them faster than they did get to anything against us, and now we can go even for another Rock Tomb. And they're already debuffed now with this move again. They boost themselves up there, of course, with a Trailblaze, but we're in a very solid position here. There's no real reason for me to shield, I think. Yeah, Swift is coming through. They don't knock me with it. I can try to reach another one. They can knock me out now. I could realign if I really wanted to, but I actually opted to not do that because I do think that Sealeo with a shield advantage is quite broken in the current meta. And let's take a look at it. We have here the Ludicolo against us. That is not a great matchup for us at all, but I get the free fast move in, and this is all I need. And here's, by the way, why I do think that the Shadow version of Sealeo is quite a bit better than the non-Shadow, is this specific matchup where you're actually going to be able to just knock them out with 2 body slams, which you would not be able to do if you were not Shadow. Like, if you're a Shadow, you're going to be able to farm down here. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to do that, and this can actually a big difference. Here, we're going to see the Wall Ring coming in, and we are going to be able to go for the body slam spam, and we can get some nice damage up against them with that as well. They would be forced to go for an Earthquake against us in order to knock us out, but actually I make a bit of a silly play. I knew already at this point that I would be able to win this battle, so I just decided to stop out of here. It's cheaper for them, of course, to go for Icicle Spear, but I know that I have the shield still left, and now they used 80 energy, and there's no way that they get to another Earthquake, so we are going to be fine here. And we can move on to opponent number 3. Marowak against Scissor. This is going to be alright. We have a bit of a weakness against Scissor with our Sealeo, but we are totally fine here with our lead as well as our Saysop. Both of them are going to be totally okay there. In comes Blastoise, a Pokemon that I'm kind of fearing a little bit this season. I think Blastoise is going to be one of those meta-dominant Pokemon. I think it's going to be one of the strongest Pokemon you can run in the current season, as this Pokemon is going to be not only like cheap and easy to build, of course has a legacy move in Hydro Cannon, but it's going to be super safe to play. And here we are lucky that we have the non-Shadow version of the Fortress. I guess maybe the Shadow version would have been able to farm down before it would get to the move, but here we were able to still survive. Get the opponent's Scissor super low to the point where I don't really need to shield here. I do still shield just in case there's something in the back where I really need my Marowak, I guess. In comes Ludicolo, and that's going to be a bit of a tough matchup, right? Am I going to be able to win this? I'm not too sure. The thing is here, I'm actually not in a bad position. It looks really bad for me. I fully understand that. But basically, what we have here is a position where I can go for the body slam spam. We already got them quite low with the fast move. Like, Potter's really chunks away the health of the opponents right now. But what we will have here next is the opponent kind of is forced to go for a Leaf Storm in order to knock me. And with a Leaf Storm, they would not be able to knock me out against like basically the Marowak there, and they're already super low, and so they decide to go for the Weather Wall, which is not enough to knock us, and with that we are going to be able to win this battle. As the next opponent comes through, by the way, every single battle that I did with this team is going to be here in the video as well, and it's very similar again. Like, I do think that Blaziken and Credilli is going to be a very common core. It's a core that I've played myself already. I want to make a video towards as well. Blaziken, by the way, was unreal. I definitely going to make a video towards this Pokemon. Blaziken was a lot of fun to run. It's a lot of fun to run. I might even make the video before this one now at this point, because I just had so much fun with the Blaziken. I have to see. Blaziken was such a fun Pokemon to run. I see when I'm going to upload either of those videos there. But yeah, this Pokemon here, Sealeo, of course, got a ginormous rating increase. It's now top meta, and it's absolutely worth it building. I tried it in multiple teams at this point as well, and it was just such a great pick. It was always such a great pick. Yeah, there's just, must be some creator who made like a video or something towards this team, being like, yeah, okay, this is a team to run, because facing the same team twice basically is quite interesting. And I do like actually the Jason play in the back there. I think it's actually a cool Pokemon. I think it works out quite well for what the team tries to achieve. So I actually do like this team quite a bit, like the Blaziken team from the opponent. I would really recommend you to give it a try. I think it's a good team. Hopefully we still survive a hit here. It's going to be close. Lostheart, it's going to be not enough to knock us out. With that, we can go for the charge move here. This is going to be enough to knock out the Blaziken, and we can farm down the opponent's Jellicent, winning us this battle yet again. As you're going to face now a Dusclops. Dusclops can reach an Ice Punch after 4 fast moves, and so we're going to try to catch this move onto our Fortress. And here's the thing, usually Fortress fast move is going to be resisted here, and so they stay in, even though we have now neutral damage, and we get some extra energy. The opponent barely is going to do any damage here against us. Now we have an energy lead on 2 of our Pokemon. In comes the Jirachi, which is a 4-turn fast move user. I wanted to go for my move earlier, but they had quite a bit of lag here. It's quite common in the early season, by the way, that there is a little bit of lag. I think it's just as soon as the league changes, basically as the season changes, like everybody starts back again and just tries playing the game, or tries playing the GO Battle League. And I'm curious, by the way, on how this season is going to go on, because at the end of the day, we have an interlude season, which means there is no real ranking there at all. Like, we're going to get up to rank 20 and that's it. You're not going to be able to go any further. But usually, for interlude seasons, there's going to be an update towards GO Battle League. Like the last time we had a very ginormous bug that needed to be fixed, which was the only time we had an interlude season previously. And as there hasn't been anything announced on why there is an interlude season now, I'm just curious on what we're going to have. And I would like to actually hear on the comment section, what do you think is going to be what's happening this season? Do you think nothing is going to happen? There was just like, yeah, just make an interlude season and have fun with that. Do you think there's going to be a big update coming? I'm curious. I'm honestly really curious. Here, by the way, Rockslide is the better move to go for if you can only go for one charge move. I learned that the hard way, and this is enough to knock out the opponent's Stone Edge. The opponent's Stone Edge? What the hell? Jellison, I think it was. No, it was LilyKatchum, isn't it? I don't know. Actually, it was a Jellison. Never mind. Anyway, we're going to have here Stone Collection. I think that's why it's Stone Edge in there. I don't know. We have a pretty bad lead. Talonflame is a pretty bad lead for us. There's not really anything I can say other than that. Like, Talonflame is just not good for us. And I swap out into my fire weak Pokemon. I'm literally using it here right now with the Fortress. We're going to have now this Stunfisk coming in, and we have released the Earthquake here in order to deal some nice damage. To be fair, our entire team can deal with the Stunfisk kinda, but in the position that we're currently in, it's actually really bad for me. Like, I have Earthquake on this Pokemon, of course, double resistant fast move damage, which is not ideal. But we have, Earthquake here, which does super effective damage. We have Mud Step on our lead. We have Ice moves on our closer. So, like, we're generally really good against this Pokemon, but in the, particular circumstances that we're in right now, it's actually not that great. They're still gonna get to a move here with the Talonflame. I can't really allow them to get the move off. It's gonna be Flame Charge. Maybe I should have let the move go. I don't know what they have in the back yet. It's a Sableye. I should have let the move go then. Sableye does more damage than the other one, but also I do think that Sableye generally is such a broken Pokemon in the current meta. It's so good. I really want to give it a try as well. I think it's one of the strongest Pokemon you can currently run. And here we see already why the Power Gem coverage is amazing. Foul Play coverage is absolutely needed in like a meta where Jellicent is super common. I think that this Pokemon is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, solid team from the opponent. Not a lot that I can do there. Stone Collection. Actually a player that I played in the regional tournament as well before. German player. They are very consistent, basically in nearly every regional tournament also, which is kind of cool. I actually beat him in that one, which was in Utrecht 2023. So, shouts to you. It was a fun battle. I still remember that battle. Was very cool. I think he had a Dragonair there as well in Utrecht. But was fun. Was Utrecht, I hit 3rd place on the regional, which was still my best regional, but I haven't really participated in any after really. I think I went to 2 of them, but I never prepared for any of them and never prepared for any of the regionals, to be fair, directly. I just didn't have the time. I wish I had the time to do regionals. But luckily, I'm now able to do casting for regionals, which I'm really happy about because I can at least attend them like this, which just makes it a bit easier for me. But yeah, as you can see here, we're going to have the Zoroark against us here, a Pokemon that got double buffed this season, a Pokemon still actually on my list of Pokemon that I want to still try out. It's a very spicy Pokemon, so it's going to be a bit more down the line. It's going to be more towards the end of the first week. You're most likely going to take a look at it because it's not going to be the Pokemon that everybody is going to be like super interested in. I am interested in because it got double buffed, and Zoroark itself has an amazing typing that is also really cool in the current meta. So I'm curious on how strong it's actually going to be. So yeah, definitely stay tuned. There's going to be a review for this Pokemon for sure still on this channel. But as you can see, we're going to be able to knock out the opponent's Empoleon, and we can now move on to the next one, where we're going to have the Wigglytuff against us. Wigglytuff can be a bit of a tough Pokemon to deal with, but let's see on how this is going to go for us. So we're going to be able to go ahead and go for a charge move here. Bone Club is coming through. This is totally fine, as in comes now our Fortress, which can take any hit from the Wigglytuff. But now we're debuffed and they stop onto that Jellicent. It's not the ideal play, but it's honestly not the worst because we do super effective fast move damage here. They mostly expected us to have a different move there or whatever. And we are going to be able to now go for the Rock Tomb spam in order to debuff the opponent. And debuffing the opponent helps out quite a bit. It allows us here now to just let the move go. It's going to be totally fine here. There's going to be a Shadow Ball coming through, and now we should be able to still get a shield from the opponent or the knockout against the opponent's Jellicent. And this is going to be fine. Jellicent is going to be such a meta-dominant Pokemon, and yeah, Jellicent is going to be a bit more tricky for this team here as well. I do think generally we can deal with it, as we see here as well. Most of the times I can just knock them out. I don't think we had any issues against this Pokemon at all so far, but it can be quite tough sometimes. Anyway, we have here Ludicolo against us. I decided to use a shield just in case if they go for Leaf Storm, which they did. I need to do that. They go into the Wigglytuff now, and I should have maybe got more energy here first. This was a bit silly to go straight for the move. But then again, I'm fairly certain I'm going to be able to reach at least one more Body Slam after this one, because we are so spammy on the Sealeo. And this means that we are going to be able to win this battle, because this Body Slam is going to do so much damage that it's absolutely going to put them into range for one Bone Club. But I can even stop out of here, catch the move. They need to go for the Leaf Storm in order to knock me. They go for the Leaf Storm. And yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to be able to win this battle, and we can move on. Of course, I mean, they needed to go for a Leaf Storm against the Sealeo to knock me out. That's what I meant with it. We caught the move, and that worked out super well for us. Yet another Talonflame in the lead is just tricky for us. Like, Talonflame lead is something that I haven't really seen outside of this team. It's very tough for this team. But it's of course a Pokemon still going to be very meta relevant this season. I nearly had it in my top 20 Pokemon to build for this season as well. If you haven't seen the video, they are always really like a lot of people really like those videos. So I want to continue this one for all of the seasons coming up as well, the top 20 to build, because I think it's cool to see that. I think it's like kind of nice to have like a bit of a different type of video. It's still kind of similar towards what I usually do, but that kind of works out well for use as well. I think that's kind of cool. And I'm always open, by the way, for ideas towards the videos. Let me know down below what you want to see. There is going to be the community day coming up as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to still make a video towards that. I will see. Maybe I can do that still. But yeah, I saw like people asking for that. I maybe can do that for Thursday. If like a small video basically on what you kind of want to focus for. But here we're going to have the Regidrago. I've seen already people showcasing this Pokemon on YouTube as well. I am not really the biggest fan of Regidrago myself. Like, personally, like, I think it's a good Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I don't know, it's not really a Pokemon that I find very interesting, personally. But I see, like, people having a lot of fun with it, so it is what it is. But I feel like, for me, why? It's just a pure Dragon-type Pokemon that has mainly just Dragon-type damage. It just doesn't have anything else going for it. So, let's take a look here on what we're going to have next. We have Gourgeist against us. Oh, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. How do we deal with that? That's going to be impossible to win, right? This is going to be absolutely impossible, as we are now going to be forced to go for the Rock Slide here, getting the shield. And let's see here, we're going to have the other move coming through. We're going to have here the Bone Club coming through, and we do some solid damage still. As you're going to swap out into the Fortress. This is not the ideal way of playing. Absolutely not. This is absolutely not the ideal way of playing here, as you're going to have now the Incinerate coming in, and I think this is not going to work out that well, as we're gonna have here the seed bump getting shielded up. That's kind of not ideal. It's gonna be very like another seed bump. They're just spamming seed bump the entire time. Don't want to go for the Shadow Ball apparently, and I'm still gonna be forced to go for a move because I don't want to get hit by another Incinerate. Incinerate just chunks a little bit too much health for me, but we get the shield advantage. And now it depends on what they have in the back. They have the Azumarill on the back, and now we have to go for the Body Slam spam. I was a bit late at going for the move here. I should have went earlier, way earlier to be fair. Yeah, as you're gonna have here, charge move coming through. This is going to allow us to get some solid damage in against them. Body Slam spam is going to be okay for us. And this is going to be, again, doing some solid damage against the opponent's Azumarill. Not going to be crazy or anything like this, but we're kind of just trying to get them lower and lower. And at this point, we try to get them into another Body Slam range. But as you're going to see, I try to sub out at the same time as they sub out as well, which is not really ideal. I wanted to then stay in if they would play it out like this. But at least I'm going to get the Rock Tomb off here. That is going to allow us to at least get the attack drop onto them, which now means, of course, we're going to go down here. But we might still have some play with our Sealeo to win this battle at the end. Very bulky team from the opponent. It might have been even a team that I had created before. Like, I know I had like an Azumarill team with Umbreon somewhere in my top team videos on one of the two. So it could be even one from there. Not too sure. But I forgot even the last Pokemon there, so I have no idea. But here, as you can see, sadly, the Azumarill still survives with a few HP left, and this is gonna seal the deal, winning them the battle. And this is gonna be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye-bye.